competition trying to implement all the programming. We're hoping to get an earlier start this year and maybe have some more support on the programming.
And one of the challenges, and it's a reality of Vex, certainly not a negative, but you really can't effectively program your robot until it's built. Yeah. Because you can't test it. While they do have a virtual robot, it's the Clawbot. And that's great, and it definitely is helpful. So for your programmers in the room, you can still get some experience programming this before we build it. But to do the things like program Scissorlift has to be built first. But that goes back to what Kathleen shared earlier. After the first competition, you can come back and program again and redo it and refine it. So you have that opportunity to keep getting better.
Believe me, everyone's actually sitting there programming during the day of the competition. I've never seen kids so engaged as they were when they're all like whipping off the playing field, going back and reiterating. It's great. Yeah.
That's really cool.
So any more questions about the program, or?
I think all for that.
Is there anyone who here are 8th graders that are going to be going to Drake or Redwood or actually anywhere next year?
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
We take anybody that's going to be in high school. If you're interested, I can start a little spreadsheet. You can put in your name and your email address or some contact information so that we can keep you up to date, because I think what we're probably going to do, the new game is going to be announced in the end of April, and we may meet a few times before summer and start talking about what the game's about and what we can do and get moving. Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Mr. McDonald was thinking about building like a battle block kind of thing. For the Marin County Fair, and it had to be 1 pound.
I heard something about this last night.
So, like, what parts would you recommend we would use?
You mean from the Vex kit?
Yeah.
I'd use the structural stuff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't actually use any of the brain or the motors.
What would you use for brain and motor? The Mindstorm?
If that's something that the suspicion is.
The whole thing has to be a pound.
Yeah, that's mini
Vex
sumo
parts
ups.
would be the best thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm trying to think about what
These structural members are surprisingly heavy. I
Go
got
to
a box of them like this, and they weighed about 30 pounds.
Yeah.
Robo games 2 years ago. There was, the big battle bots, and then there were the smaller class weights. I think it went down to half a pound or something. They were using, I don't want to say paper, but they were using plastic and like little, you could use a Raspberry Pi for
Yeah.
I think we should be thinking more like BeetleBot type of.
Exactly. If you go for a pound, because even the brain alone of these things, the battery.
Yeah, it's the battery that weighs.
It weighs so much that you're wasting all your maneuverability on a battery.
So you're not using
Put a weapon
lipo?
onto the
Not using
BeetleBot.
what?
Not using lipo batteries?
Called the Wasp.
Lithium ion.
Nice.
Lithium ion. Okay.
Future scientists.